Hey, what's going on, you guys? Jerry Trades back in another bank video, and I want to go ahead and share this video with you guys because after losing my business, after losing all my friends, after losing my social media presence and a lot of my motivation in life, I really focused back on what was like, I got a chance, I guess you can say, to look back at what was really important. And I know in life, like when we're building up, finding our jobs, you know, trying to just survive and build up for ourselves, we sometimes forget about, you know, our bodies. We forget about prioritizing our health. We kind of put it on the back burner as long as bills are paid, we have, you know, food on the table and everything's good. But a lot of life is about your physical image. A lot of people do judge you and respect you based on your physical and your mindset. It's really important to have, I guess, there's a saying out there that if you want to see a man's responsibility or a man's respect for himself, look at his body. And I used to be a fanatic about fitness. I used to really take care of myself, watch my meals, work out about probably 4 or 5 times a week, get some really intense training in, and I was developing my physical body to an astonishing point, a point that I never had been to. And yeah, I got to a point of results, and then I got comfortable, started making a lot of money again. And when I made money, I got comfortable. I stopped managing my body. I stopped taking care of it as much. And even worse, once I was comfortable on the high horse, and then I lost my, well, when I was on the high horse and comfortable, and then I lost my business, even worse. Started eating like crap. I put on a lot of weight. Now, like, I have this fucking huge fucking belly, shitload of stretch marks, and man, I'm here to kind of document a little bit of this story so you guys can feel like, man, you're not alone on this journey, right? Like, bro, life hits, we have kids, we have families, we have things to take care of, work to show up to, and we do forget about our bodies. But I want to lead this by example to remind you guys that shit, it's possible, bro. Like, it's a little bit extra to focus on and show up for yourself, but bro, you can make change in other people's lives. You can inspire your own family, your own kids to see this as an important aspect of life, and it can shape them into having stronger minds, stronger, I guess you can say, resilience and doing hard things in life. And working out is very therapeutic. It does help. It's been something that I've been working on that has kept me, sometimes when I'm in a shit mindset and I just don't feel like doing anything, shit, I'll go wake up, go move some weights, and it would help, you know, kind of spark a little bit more natural endorphins in my mind to get me going. So I want to go ahead and share this video as a beginning of my fitness journey and just showing you guys the progress. And I like this documentation aspect of this journey because it's going to hold me accountable. I feel like that's the one thing a lot of us struggle with, accountability, whether you see it or don't. A lot of us are where we're at because we aren't accountable, and it's difficult to become conscious of, but once you become conscious of it, you can start fixing it. So yeah, there is a lot of a lack of accountability in my physical aspect that I haven't been there and mindful of. So I want to change that, and I hope that making this video inspires you guys to go and just exert yourself a little bit more. Go try to do it yourself, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and document right now me making my meals, my current meal prep, so you guys don't think that every meal you have to make is gonna be this chicken and rice every single day program. No, like, you can spice it up, add your seasonings, and make some really good food that will hit your macros, and you'll get a lot of results. But I'm gonna begin documenting my body and my journey. I hope all of you guys enjoy this series. I'm gonna do my best to stay consistent with it, and I hope to be able to document as much as possible. So my current weight right now is around 257, 258 pounds. I was around 260, 265 2 weeks ago. I got myself down some pounds, but hopefully my goal here isn't to go down in weight, it's just to build more muscle. So I hope to be able to be like around 245, 240 and just drop a lot of body fat percentage. But currently this is my physique. So this is my shoulders right here. I got my biceps. Like, I don't think I'm too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the camera over here to my mirror so you guys can go ahead and check it out. Go ahead and bring you guys over to the kitchen. Currently warming up my salsa verde. I got some chicken that I boiled down, and I'm gonna put you guys onto my meal prep so you guys have a little bit of an example there. But let's go ahead and show you guys exactly the build that we're working with. So, pretty sure you guys can see here, looking on the mirror. All right, set that camera like right there. All right, so this currently is my build. I'm not too shabby, bro. 6'2", about 260 pounds. You got the biceps, got some shoulders. Triceps are looking all right, you know, but realistically, My big problem is this stomach right here. I want to lose that. You know, I don't want to be six-packed out overnight either, but I do want to begin to focus a little bit more on my abdominal fat. Holy crap, that's a tough one for me. But I do want to burn a lot of this fat, begin to tone up my stomach a little more. My chest is pretty good. Let me go ahead and pop the shirt off real quick, just to get a real aspect right here. And I'm not too embarrassed of doing this because this is going to be the worst it's going to get, you know? After this video, it's only going to get better from here. So this is currently my build. You know, we got a little bit of the lats, the wings coming in. I worked a little bit on getting this. I usually did not have this at all. Now when I kind of spread my arms, you can see that little loop. The chest is there, developed a little bit, but it always can be a little bit better. And for 6'2", like there's a shitload of potential behind my physique that I want to go ahead and bring out and hopefully lead by example and, you know, inspire other young individuals, other young 20-year-olds that are living a life to still focus on building themselves up. So these are currently like my quads, my legs. I think the one thing, like my quads, once they're like, I start working them out since I used to play soccer at a young age, it's gonna come back, you know, it's gonna be right there and back. My left quad right here, a little bit less. I guess I can't really activate it as much. You got my calves right here, really fucking small with all the office and working. Terrible. Glutes right here, just as fucking shitty, bro. Super weak. I want to get these things kind of a little bit bigger right here. I want to move a lot of my fat into my legs and then kind of tone up my chest and my arms to kind of blend everything in and kind of like that begin to build a physique. And yeah, I'm pretty confident in it. I don't think we're gonna have too much of a hard time. Of course it is a lot of work, but it's for sure possible. And that's my back right there. Currently updating myself. This is around what is it, July 27th now, so it's currently not that bad, but there is room for improvement. And let me go ahead and walk you guys through now my meal preps. I'm actually cooking one up right now, so I want you guys to see that, bro, it doesn't always have to be this boring, you know, chicken and rice, and it doesn't have to cost you an arm and leg either. So what I'm making right now is salsa verde pinga. It's kind of one of my favorite meals to put down. It's really helpful on, like, you know, not just being the boring cooked chicken with rice. So check this out. I boiled up here my vegetables. Let me get this cracking. So I boiled up my vegetables. Right here we got 3 tomatillo verdes. I like my salsa verde a little bit spicy, so we got 3 serranos in there, 3 garlic cloves, and about a half of onion. Over here I got some oil. And the key to your chicken, bro, it's always gonna be in boiling it. When you boil chicken, it spreads up and becomes like this little like stringy kind of version. Bro, this is the best way to eat chicken. I know sometimes in cubes, cutting it in small pieces, like it's probably, you know, fairly, I guess you can say, I don't know, sometimes that texture doesn't really go down the best for me personally. So I hope that that's able to kind of build a little bit of a hack for you guys that don't like chicken that much to think about it differently. How it is, I'm gonna season my chicken. I do like to use some chicken bouillon. I like to use my garlic powder and the black pepper, but the black pepper comes in this seasoning right here. So always stick with the Kinder's blend. This is gonna be your hack right here. It's gonna be your salt, pepper, and garlic. When you get to your chicken, you just season it up. Let me go ahead and move all this up. And you just want to season it generously. The season gives it flavor, bro. Right now we're just working with bland chicken, so get it all up in there. Once we season it there, I usually take about like a teaspoon of chicken bouillon, not too much. And then we're gonna top it off with some garlic powder. That helps give it like that nice kind of, I guess you can say like aroma. Then you're just gonna go ahead and mix everything, season it all up. Make sure that your oil's hot. I got my oil, it's been kind of sitting right now on medium for quite a while. But after your chicken should look like this, throw it on there. Spread it all up, try to break up those hard pieces. And now you got your chicken cooking up. I'll show you guys how it's done right here. I'm just gonna layer with a little bit of oil on top. And now, this is the best part. So salsa verde, bro, in your chicken It's a game changer. It's gonna change everything for you. So how I whip up my salsa verde, I told you guys, it's 3 tomatillos, depending on the size, right? If they're smaller, you could do 4. But you get your tomatillos, you boil them up until they get to like this brownish color. They start out bright green, but then they become like this little like kind of darker green. You boil them, you get your serranos. Serranos start off bright green as well, but then later on, if you boil them, they get like this light green color. That's what you're looking for. And then you get your tomatillos. And the key here, bro, is not to use too much water. You want your salsa to be kind of chunky, not too watery, so only like maybe, I don't know, like a half a cup of water will do you good. And then for your cilantro, bro, you only want to use a little bit. Like, I use about a quarter, depending on the color of the salsa, I'll go ahead and add more. So I'm gonna cut this up right now. And this is literally free game, guys. Like, this is how you could get jacked super quick, because eating is a lot of it, bro. It's not just working out. It's also a combination of what you're eating. A lot of people, you know, since they're busy with work, they just try to buy food. I use a teaspoon of chicken bouillon. Let me go ahead and bring this into frame. I honestly do like chicken bouillon, so I use like probably 3 teaspoons of it. And then I'll add some kinders in there, the garlic, salt, and pepper. And then I'll probably add just its own individual pepper. Get black pepper by itself. Just sprinkle a little bit on there. That should be enough. And then just a little bit of water, bro. Not too much, just literally like a little drizzle. Like literally like that. If you have a NutriBullet, this is how you want to look at it right there. Just a quarter of the cup full. Once you blend it and you see that it's kind of too chunky, then you can add more water. So right there, it's kind of locked in. I'm literally putting you guys on the best meal prep that you could repeat, and I promise you won't get tired of. While you're cooking up your salsa, you want to make sure that your chicken, bro, putting you guys on free game right here. Look at how I left it getting crispy, right? But it's only crisping up the bottom. So now you got to let it flip. You flip it, start putting different pieces of chicken on there. So now the bottoms can start getting crispier. But that crispiness, bro, oh my God, when you put it in a tortilla or wrap it up just with some rice, killer, bro. Game-changing stuff right there. See that? I'm just gonna add a little bit more oil just because I seen that it's drying up and I want everything to kind of get crispy up evenly. So that oil helps everything kind of build up that. Peep this out right here. You get your salsa and you just dump it all in there. You dump it all in with your chicken. Now it's important right here you lower the flame so the chicken doesn't evaporate all the salsa, but at the same time, you let all the chicken grab the flavors from the salsa, start blending with that chicken. And you'll start seeing your chicken tinga come to life. And this right here, bro, meal prep hack. Gives you that good Mexican food taste, a good flavor, good spice. All right, boys, the camera stopped recording, but right now, we're almost done cooking up this chicken tinga. Now we're gonna make the rice. With the rice, bro, I usually like to use just like a quarter stick of butter. Not too much, the butter's kind of the weakness for all of us. And then you're gonna go ahead and grab your whole can of corn. Corn and rice is a hack, baby. That's really what makes it. Doesn't make it that bland kind of rice. Like a lot of people just go white steamed rice, bro. Yeah, that's kind of the gain hack. Like you're really disciplined. But man, I don't know. For me, like meal prepping has to have some flavor. I have to like what I'm eating. If not, like I'd rather kind of jump to eating something unhealthy and I would kind of start slacking a little bit. So you drain your corn. After you drain your corn, you're gonna go ahead and wrap this up right here. Throw in your corn with that butter. Whole can in with that butter. Now that you got your butter and corn sitting in one pot, you move up that corn, get it all, let that butter absorb it all the way. Then over here, some chicken bouillon on that butter. I'll go like probably 2 teaspoons to let it grab all that flavor, and that's all you're gonna really want. After that, next step, you gotta get the rice, baby. Let me show you guys a little bit how it is I go about my rice. So first things first, you gotta wash your rice, bro. So when you're washing your rice, you're always gonna wanna use a bigger pot. Once you're on set with your rice right here, you're gonna fill this up with water. Turn this on real quick. I'm gonna rinse this spatula. Now that my rice is full of water, check this out. So once it's filled with water, it should look a little bit like this. It's probably gonna spill a little bit. This is how you wash your rice right here. Put it in that bowl with water and literally just spin it. Once you spin it, usually I like to have the water running. But when the water is running, you're gonna notice, look at that water coming out. It gets cloudy. So once you refill it again, gotta get some water right there at the bottom and peep that. Just build like that spiral. Once the water gets like filled up, it gets easier. And you just want to keep doing that. I do it like 3 times, and so that water gets really clear. And this is just like a precaution, bro. Like, it's not really like a make or break for your rice, but it's just something good to do. Let it fill up again. All with one hand in the camera, bro, locked in. Let that drain one more time. Now that you got your cup of rice, you're gonna throw it in here with your corn. And whenever you're using rice, if I got 1 cup, I'm gonna wanna use double cups of water. So check this out. Always twice the water for the cup. So using 1 cup of rice, you're gonna use 2 cups of water. I'm gonna mix all this in right here. And once you add your water, bro, you just go ahead and let that sit on high. Once it's sitting on high, bro, you're gonna let it boil. Once it starts boiling and you notice that steam, you gotta cover it, right? So that evaporation starts to kind of soften up the rice. Leave it on high, give it a good spin so that chicken bouillon, the butter, the corn gets all mixed up evenly. Then after that, boys, you just go ahead and let that boil. So chicken tinga's done. I'm about to put it up in the Tupperwares already. I got my rice boiling up. Once it starts boiling, I'll kind of tune in with you guys right now that it's done. I have another video on here that I need to edit and post. But that's essentially the chicken tinga with rice. It's a fantastic meal prep to help you get dialed in, boys, so you guys start getting the gains. Eating healthy, bro, it's not about getting in shape. It's not about being 6-pack abbed out. It's just about picking what you choose in your body and being a little bit more mindful about it. So hope this video is something you guys enjoy. I'll show you guys the result when it's all done, but thank you guys for watching and, you know, kind of coming back on the YouTube channel, bro, showing you guys a little bit of a different aspect, right, of Jerry trades and a little bit more than just technical analysis and the stocks, kind of building more on a personal level. I'll have to connect with as many of you guys as possible, and shit, you're not alone on this journey, baby. We're all in it together, bro. So hope this video kind of reminds you that there's someone out there with you. But let's go ahead and wait for the food to get done. I'll check with you guys right now in a little bit. Let's go. Yo, what's going on, you guys? So we just finished up the meals. Now we gotta go ahead and show you guys the true magic. So you gotta get yourself a food scale. This is the real hack right here. It's how you really get down and dial on it. For me, like, I like all of my meals typically to have probably like around 90 to 100 grams of protein. So I get my salsa verde chicken now. And the good thing is, bro, like, with these meal preps, you can only make a few. So like, I mean, you could make more if you wanted to, but I recommend you guys kind of make like only 3 or 4 because you don't want to be eating the same thing over and over again. For someone like myself, I kind of get tired of it. I mean, it's hard for me to be consistent. That's your salsa verde chicken tinga with rice and corn, 3 meals, everything scaled to macros. Keep doing that for like a whole month straight. Switch it up with some tuna, switch it up with some salmon. A lot of different components you could add. You could incorporate, instead of rice, you could go to potatoes. And you keep doing that, boys. sooner or later, bro, the results come in. Especially like if you're kind of top heavy, kind of big, your food is gonna be everything. You're gonna have to be on a little bit of a deficit. So start eating a little bit less, but make the quality of food more. You know what I mean? Like more organic, more real concrete dietary, not fast food, not a bunch of, you know, bread and crap like that. So that's how you're gonna start switching your mind to adapt to more natural food, eating foods, you know, protein shake every now and then with your meal. You're gonna kill it, bro. And that's how you begin to build consistency, begin to build, you can say, routine into your life, and then combine that with the working out. Takes time, but they happen. And eventually, you know, hopefully I get to document the changes in my body physically to help inspire you guys, you know, to take that next step and maybe taking a little bit more care of yourself before the year ends. And shit, baby, blending in lifestyle with work and business and managing a little bit of your physical physique as well. Because remember, bro, it took me a while. You know, I had to lose my business. I had to lose all the distractions. I had to lose basically, you know, everything to realize my body is all I'm really gonna have. And it's a statement piece, you know. A lot of people take pride in their cars, in their houses, in their watches, in their jewelry. Bro, your body, it says, so remember, boys, your body's gonna speak a lot more volumes about yourself than your cars and your house and your jewelry, everything else. Take care of it. It's the only one you got, so keep that in mind. And I hope all this is able to kind of add a different perspective to you guys. You know, I'm seeing it through this lens. I hope you guys kind of feel the same way. And little by little, make better changes to better ourselves in this life. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys all for watching. A little bit more of a personal video, but let's get it, baby. This is what it's all about, you know, documenting my life, sharing it with you guys. Thank you guys for watching me grow up and watching me in this journey. I appreciate all of you guys' support from the bottom of my heart. Jerry Trades, the SoCal Trading Group, over and out, baby.